Hi guys, my name is Brandon and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today's message is, do not save your money if you want to get rich. While learning to save is a really great habit to develop, in this video I'm actually going to explain to you how saving all your money will actually be detrimental to your long-term wealth. So instead of saving, we should actually be spending it on things that are actually going to make us more money. So let me explain a little bit more in detail. For me, when I was growing up as a teenager, I used to work in a supermarket, filling shelves, and in fact I actually did it part-time for over 7 years through high school and university. And I still remember growing up, my grandfather always hammering into me every day to save your money, to save your money, to save your money. While at the time I found it quite annoying and I thought that he just wanted an excuse to lecture me every day, it did teach me to have the right mindset about money. But if that's all you're doing with your money and you're only saving it, it's actually not the right way to actually build your own wealth. So if you're managing with your money with one eye on the future, then saving shouldn't be your only main financial strategy. In fact, if savings is the only way that you're going to actually prepare for retirement, it's going to take you a lot longer to actually get there. So let me explain to you how. So let's start with this thing called inflation. Inflation, simply put, is the steady increase of prices for goods and services that you spend on during your day-to-day lives. This is not because people are greedy and they just want to charge you more money. It's actually caused when central banks around the world print more dollars and actually add them into the global money supply. This in turn decreases the value of each dollar that's currently in circulation, like the money that's in your wallet right now. So economists and governments around the world generally argue that some form of inflation is considered healthy, around 2 to 3% a year. A healthy rate of inflation is considered positive because it actually results in increasing wages and corporate profitability of different companies and actually keeps capital flowing in a growing economy. While good for the economy, it's not so good for someone actually stashing all their cash away. Yes, saving money is the first step to actually grow your wealth, but simply saving is an unproductive exercise because of inflation. Anytime your savings don't grow at the same rate as inflation or more, you will actually effectively be losing money because your dollar saved is actually losing you buying power. So let's see how this works. Let's say we have a really expensive cup of coffee that costs $10. You also have $10 in your savings account that actually pays a very generous 1% interest rate. So with an inflation rate of 2%, the next year, that same cup of coffee would be worth $10.20. After that same year, your $10 in your bank account would have grown to $10.10 based on the interest that the bank pays you. So while a year ago you actually had enough to buy this cup of coffee, but due to inflation now, you actually can't afford it anymore. So this is just a cup of coffee. Imagine if you spend your whole life saving money only, and by the time you reach retirement, think about how many years inflation has actually eroded away at your savings. So how does this actually affect people like you or me working our asses off every year to actually save for our retirement? This means that if you were to just stuff your cash away under your mattress and wait 10 years, that money would actually be worth almost 30% less than what it's worth today in terms of purchasing power. So if you really want to reach your financial goals, it's time to start working smarter and not harder and save more money. Now that we've actually established how inflation is actually eating away at your hard-earned savings, let's actually take a look at what you can actually do about it. So instead of keeping your money in a basic savings account, you actually need to find a place where you can actually grow over time. You need to methodically compound your money over time by investing as well as reinvesting what you make. In doing so, wealth can actually rapidly snowball through compounding, but you need to invest for the long term to actually harness this power. Now let's just say you take that same $10,000 and you invest it into property or shares or REITs or whatever you want that achieves, let's just say, a 5% return per annum. After 20 years, the magic of compounding has actually increased that 10K to a whopping $25,270. And that's not even considering reinvesting any additional funds or interest or dividends that you've made from those investments at the same time. It's really grown by itself to that without you having to actually do anything else but watch your investments. So to allow compounding to actually work its magic on your investments, the best thing to do is actually to start as early as you possibly can with as much as you possibly can and just sit tight and have patience because investing is really a long-term game, as we all know. When I first discovered this concept, I was like, how easy is it to actually let your money make more money by itself? All I actually had to do was take that step and get educated into how to invest and get into the right mindset about what to do with the cash that I work so hard to earn. So don't get me wrong, everyone needs to save. We all need to have some cash reserves for emergencies and also to cover our living expenses for a few months in case we lose our job, for example. But what we shouldn't save is money that we are actually putting away for our future retirement. Instead, we should actually spend it on investments that are actually going to make us more and more money. So I hope this short and sweet video just gave you a basic understanding of why you should really think about investing and not just saving away all your cash, because at the end of the day, we are all working towards building a better financial future for ourselves. If you're interested to know how I barely save my own money and instead blow all my money on hopefully compounding investments over time to help me build my wealth, then check out some of my other videos on my channel. Insert subscribe here. Yeah. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and come with me on this journey in achieving financial freedom and achieving it together. Until next time, see you guys.